Look at what it says in Romans 4:17, following up with Romans 10:8. It says that the father of faith, Abraham, it says that he would call the things that are not as if they were. It says, as it is written, I have made you a father of many nations, and in the presence of God, whom he believed, who gives life to the dead and calls those things which do not exist as though they were. That's where we live. That's where we learn to activate the faith. Number one, to use the correct gospel, the gospel of uncircumcision. And number two is to speak the word, not to do works. That's where God wants to remove you from the system of fasting, sacrifices, sending promises, if I accomplish, if I fulfill. No, it is speaking. It seems like a folly, but that is the way this gospel, it's activated by speaking, believing it in your mind, in your heart. And speaking it, it's how you activate this power, which is known as the power of the gospel. Naturally, the gospel of uncircumcision. There are two fountains, and when we understand the differences, then we can take advantage. Notice that we have to repeat the mouth. The mouth is the force we use for the true gospel. It has a great power. We notice that in Genesis chapter 1, the word "and God said" is repeated 8 times. And God said, let us make man. And God said, let there be light. And God said, let there be a firmament in the midst of the waters. And for all of creation, God taught us that it is by speaking. And God said, in Proverbs, it says that the power of life and death, it's in the mouth, in the tongue. Death and life are in the power of the tongue. Either you are represented by death or life. That is Proverbs 18:21. We can read that if you can see how clear it speaks here, giving us to understand these two things. In Proverbs 13:3, it says, he who guards his mouth preserves his soul, his heart, his life. Giving you to understand this. He that guards his mouth. That's why we are so careful in speaking, in saying, or confessing.